Let me start out by saying that I wish that I had used water-activated paint for this, but I didn't. I used cream paint. I was kind of in the mood to attempt to try to like cream paint for like the 100th time, but it's just a mess. It absorbs eyeshadow pigment, and I hate it. But really guys, I suggest using a water-activated paint. Use the Mayor on Paradise paint. Moon Creations has really good paint, and you know, even Snazaroo. It was about here when I realized how much work it was going to take using a cream paint, because I had to keep setting it in sections just so that it doesn't get creasy, but it gets creasy anyway. Oh, I just hate it. I wound up going in with a water-activated paint anyway for the bottom half, so we'll get there. To map out the eyes, I'm going in with a black eyeshadow. This one is by Morphe. This is the Neutral Territory palette. I wind up making the eyes bigger and then drawing them closer together in the end, but a great way to be able to tell if anything is symmetrical is by taking pictures, so I obviously just use my phone for this. This way you can see what you really need to adjust. For the bottom half of my face, I'm going in with the Moon Creations paint. I love using water-activated paint because you don't have to set it, and the eyeshadows just lay down so much easier, in my opinion. For the shading, I'm using the Nightingale palette by Pretty Vulgar, and this is in the lighter gray shade. So I'm just mapping out the features and then smoking them out. This is so painful for me to watch because I'm just seeing all the cream paint moving around. Ugh, it's a disaster. I changed the nose shape a few times, but it's basically just a long, narrow rectangle with a cylinder at the end. I'm deepening up around the eyes using that darker gray shade from the palette, and then I'm outlining them using black, but I'm gonna smoke it out so that it's not a defined line. The brows are very similar to Emily's, you know, those sad but hopeful eyebrows, so I'm just mapping those out using eyeshadow and then filling them in using black paint. For the lips, I'm using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Liquid Lip Color in the shade Shadow, and I'm pretty much just filling in my own lip shape, but I'm making my bottom lip look a little bit smaller. Victor's head is a lot more narrow than mine, so I'm just cutting out the extra space and then fading it out into the background using some black paint. To get extra coverage, I like to put eyeshadow down as the base, and then I use paint over top of it. I'm cutting out my forehead a little bit because his is a little smaller, and his is also just a little bit more squared off than mine. And then I'm mapping out the body. If you're wearing this for Halloween, guys, I would just go get a cheap I would just go get a cheap suit from Goodwill, or maybe you can rent one, but do not use cream paint on your face if you're gonna rent a suit, because if you wind up getting cream paint on the suit, then it's gonna leave like a grease stain and you're not gonna be able to return it, then you're gonna have to pay for it, so do not do that. I'm just working off a reference photo for this and filling it in as I go, and just like we did for the face, any excess space, we're just painting it black to blend into the background. Heading back to the face, I'm shading around the sides of his head just to narrow it out even further, and I'm adding in his pupils. For these, you can use any kind of like stick-on studs. I know Michaels has them. They're pretty much just round raised dots, and you can glue them on using either lash glue or spirit gum. I like to do this for a lot of my looks because when it comes to the eyes, it's such a creasy area, and this just sticks better. I'm just adding on some ears that I made out of paper because you know that I'm a little extra. But as always, use your own features. You don't need to do anything crazy like this. Just paint your ears like a white or a light gray. But anyway, guys, here's the final look. I hope that you liked it. Sorry for being so negative in this tutorial, but I just wanted you guys to learn from my mistakes, so I'm just helping you out. Like I said, guys, definitely use water-activated paint for this look. The eyes were a nightmare to perfect because the cream paint kept shifting and creasing, no matter how many times you set it, really. If you guys recreate this look, definitely give me a tag on Instagram. I want to see it. I love you guys so much. Make sure to give the video a like if you liked it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials for Halloween. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.